Welcome to Imagination Story Station.
The title of this story is A Incredible Magical Car. This is the story of a little boy and a magical car.
It was a bright and sunny Saturday morning in the little town of Fishville. 8-year-old Tommy was outside playing in his front yard, bouncing a ball and daydreaming. Suddenly, something caught his eye. An old, rusty car was slowly driving down the street. But this was no ordinary car. As the car passed by, Tommy noticed it seemed to be floating a few inches off the ground.
Wow!
Did you see that?
He said to himself. The car continued down the road, weaving back and forth, as if it had a mind of its own. Filled with curiosity, Tommy dropped his ball and took off running after the strange vehicle.
Hey! Wait! Wait up!
He called out. But the car just kept going, picking up speed. Tommy chased the car for several blocks, panting heavily. Just when he thought he'd lost it, the car turned a corner and pulled into an empty driveway. Tommy skidded to a stop and stared at the car in amazement. It was hovering a good foot off the ground, now gently bobbing up and down. Before Tommy could get any closer, the driver's side door swung open, and out stepped an elderly man, wearing thick glasses and a plaid shirt.
Why? Hello there, young fella. I didn't expect any company,
The man said, in a raspy voice. Tommy asked, his eyes wide.
Who are you? And how is your car doing that?
The old man chuckled.
The name's Walter. And this here's my trusty old jalopy. We've been through a lot together over the years.
He patted the car affectionately.
But how? Is it flying?
Walter replied with a wink.
Ah? That's the magic of it. This car is not ordinary car. It's been imbued with all sorts of special powers.
Special powers? Like what?
Well now, let me show you. Come on. Hop in and I'll give you a little demonstration.
Once they were both settled, Walter turned the key in the ignition. But instead of the usual engine sound, the car let out a high-pitched whirring noise. Suddenly, the vehicle lifted up off the ground, rising higher and higher until they were hovering 20 feet in the air.
Whoa! This is incredible.
Tommy exclaimed. gripping the seat. He peered out the window at
Wow.
the tiny houses and streets below. Walter flying the car up and down. Tommy's heart beat very fast. Just when he thought it couldn't get any crazier, Walter pushed another button, and the car started to change color from red to blue, to green and back again. Tommy shouted, laughing in delight. He couldn't believe his eyes.
Unbelievable. This car was like something out of a science fiction movie.
After several more impressive aerial maneuvers, Walter gently guided the car back down to the driveway. Tommy stumbled out of the car, his legs feeling like jelly.
That was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. How did you get this car to do all that?
Well, it's a long story. You see, I found this old jalopy at a junkyard years ago. It was just a beat-up, rusty hunk of metal. But I saw the potential in this car. I turned this car into the most incredible machine you've ever laid eyes on.
Wow, you must be some kind of mechanical genius.
Just then, the car let out a loud honk, as if agreeing with Tommy's statement. Tommy jumped in surprise, then burst out laughing. Walter, say, how would you like to take this car for another spin?
Really? You mean it?
Absolutely. After all, what's the point of having a magical flying car if you can't share the fun?
Without hesitation, Tommy hopped back into the passenger seat, grinning from ear to ear. Walter started up the engine, and soon they were soaring high above the town, leaving Tommy's ordinary life far behind. As they zipped and zoomed through the sky, Tommy knew this was the start of the most incredible adventure of his life.
Happy ending. If you want to watch more stories like this, please subscribe to my channel.